The best time to plant a tree was the generations that came before us. The next best time is today.
So in 2019, Kitchener put together a tree canopy report where we found that we had 27% tree canopy cover across the city as a whole. And that was at the same time we set a goal to achieve 30% canopy across the city.
The goal with growing Kitchener's urban forest canopy was to sort of enhance and build capacity within our green spaces to be more climate resilient, to provide benefits to the residents of the city of Kitchener.
The Growing Canada's Community Canopies project has allowed Kitchener to come up with a very ambitious project to plant over 19,000 trees in 2 years. Our average annual planting in the city of Kitchener for boulevards, for example, is between 700 to 1,000 trees. With this grant, we're planting about 3,000 boulevard trees per year.
We're going to be planting roughly 4,000 trees in 2025 and an additional 8,000 trees in 2026 in our natural spaces and adjacent to natural spaces into some of our green spaces across the city.
So, when you're deciding to double your tree planting, you're going to have a lot of pressure points that you're going to want to make sure you can handle.
There were certainly risks that we were taking on. I think our team, being as optimistic as we were, saw them as opportunities to really lean into areas where we needed to grow and establish processes so that we could have a really strong backbone and framework.
Kitchener is very tech savvy, and we have so many tools that we use, not just online, but through mobile devices as well.
The tools are a great starting point, but I think out of respect to feel and what nature requires, there is a boots on the ground component that's really integral.
We have technicians who are going out and scoping out for where the potential trees could be planted. Took a lot of open data information from census information, as well as our LiDAR tree canopy cover and our tree inventory data, which is per tree information, species size, things like that. We combine that together to create what is called a tree equity score per census area in Kitchener. And this interactive map shows people where the inequities are across the city. And we use this map to create what is now called Community Canopy, a project that we started in late 2024, targeting new tree planting into these communities where the tree equity scores are below 75.
Kitchener is a bird-friendly and a bee-friendly city, and from the point of biodiversity, we've seen steady declines in species, whether it's insects, mammals, birds, and it's important to have that nice tall canopy, those amenity trees in our park spaces. But what's important to birds, insects, and the other critters that we share this space with is those different habitat layers so that they can actually complete their full life cycle.
So when we set out this project, we made sure that the contractors we hired were sourcing from nurseries that were growing trees from local seed sources. And this is going to significantly improve the strength of those trees growing in our environment.
Choosing local stock as well helps foster a local economy, helps build those mechanisms of locally sourced seed and local nursery production. The tree canopy across the city covers multiple neighborhoods, multiple departmental priorities, and one of the key indicators of success was going to be building relationships with those other departments at the city. So we think about our natural areas as more of a holistic system across the city and not individual park spaces, green spaces, or natural areas.
And I think when you have a lot of passionate people on the same team with the same end desired goal, it's been really neat to have our team in the last 2 years really come together and work towards that strategic goal of 30% canopy in each ward. And so this project really kind of put that fire under us. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Kitchener changes in the next 2 years.
Everyone has a story about spending time in nature and what it means to them. That's certainly how I grew up and how I hope to help emphasize nature and support it in a way that it can be enjoyed for generations to come.